talking about the great dispersion of creativity. And in that dispersion, even elephants might be able to dance. The baller move of last week, AT&T commanding the space it occupies. AT&T's movie studio, Warner Media, executed a not-so-slow fade from theaters, announcing that its 2021 slate of films, including The Matrix, Wonder Woman, and a remake of Dune. Remember that? Remember that? Sting's cinematic premiere, although I think Quadrophenia was first. Still, Sting is only outdone by the cinematic excellence of Madonna. Anyway, their cinematic releases will appear on HBO Max the same day as they are released in theaters. With this move, AT&T is attempting to reclaim the narrative and shift from you made a shitty acquisition and there is no synergy to we are the largest recurring revenue business in the world. Simply put, John Stankey should start every earnings call with, "Hi, I'm John Stankey. I'm the CEO of AT&T, the largest recurring revenue firm in the world." Why do this? Because the market values AT&T based on their numbers, while subscription businesses are being valued on their narrative. So while Warner Media could lose $1.2 billion in global box office revenue from theaters next year, that $1.2 billion in revenue is currently valued by the market at approximately 2.5 times or $3 billion. But the subscription revenue of Netflix is valued at 8 times revenues, meaning to make up the $3 billion in shareholder value, HBO might only need to add $375 million in recurring revenue, which at $15 a month is approximately 2 million subscribers. Now, granted, that revenue would never get that kind of multiple, but if it manages to elevate that AT&T multiple just a skosh, it's going to be a wildly accretive decision. And if it doesn't work, HBO Max gets some wind in its sails and makes for a better spin or a better asset to divest. While moving to Arundel is hugely accretive, there are other tectonic shifts in business model that can add tens of billions in value. One of them, moving from being a product provider to a platform. Not all companies are set up to do this, but those that are can reap huge rewards for their stakeholders. If you have the capital and the technology to create a marketplace, and most firms don't, let's be clear, and connect the buyers and sellers directly, you don't need to design or manufacture the vacuum cleaner. Just facilitate its sale and take a high margin transaction fee. eBay was an early example, but Amazon's marketplace is the real gangster here. Amazon Marketplace launched in 2000. 17 years later, third-party products overtook Amazon's own product sales and now account for 54% of units sold. A serious move that left Walmart in the rearview mirror, with Amazon stock outperforming Walmart stock almost threefold since 2017. But make no mistake, building a platform is really difficult and really expensive. A few businesses that didn't need to evolve to a platform as they were born platforms either went public last week or on the verge of going public, specifically Airbnb and Roblox. You can find a link to our thoughts on Airbnb in the description below, but today we're going to be speaking about Roblox. Roblox is a global gaming platform that disperses game creation tools to millions. The firm has over 40 million games on its platform, but it doesn't make the games. It only provides the platform for developers to build on them. Said differently, it's a gaming platform fit for the great dispersion. What is dispersion? It's the ability to bypass traditional forms of distribution and their gatekeepers and disperse products and services directly to consumers. Roblox is a gaming game changer. They've dispersed creativity, making it possible to create and distribute Piggy from your mother's basement. The platform attracts, get this, 36 million people across the globe daily. That's more than double Amazon's Twitch and almost as much as Reddit or TikTok in the US. Like any good platform, it's also very sticky. The number of daily active users reached 24% of total monthly active users in the third quarter, up from 18% last year. That's right, they have increased their stickiness by 33% in just 12 months. And users spend more time on Roblox than any other video platform. Roblox users spent over 22 billion hours on the platform in the first 9 months of 2020. That's an average of 2.6 hours per daily active user each day, more than double the time people spend on the digital K-hole that is TikTok. Engagement on the platform is diverse. There are 18 million experiences to choose from, and 90% of user engagement is split across the top 1,000 games. with users sampling an average of 20 different gaming experiences per month. Roblox is also a fountain of youth, with 54% of Roblox users under the age of 13. In April, 30% of kids under the age of 16 in the US had used Roblox, but by July, that number had jumped to over 50%. Think about that. Within 3 months, over half of all US kids under the age of 16 used Roblox. That's right, the majority of kids in America under the age of 16 have used Roblox. Roblox has been able to win over this age bracket through a focus on safety, gaining the trust of parents. Our analysis of Roblox S1 highlights 121 mentions of the words safe and safety, more than 8 times as many as in, you guessed it, Facebook's S1. There are also 6 instances of the word parental in Roblox's S1, while Facebook surprisingly tallied 0. While Facebook, Uber, Amazon, and Apple partner the way of virus partners with a host, Roblox pays 1/3 of its total revenue to its creators. Roblox's nearly 7 million game developers are on track to earn $250 million this year, up from $110 million in 2019. What this creates is a flywheel, a business model that increases revenue or output without increasing inputs or costs. For Roblox, users become developers, developers make more games, attracting more users, driving more revenues, and increasing developer pay, all at no additional cost for Roblox. This means that, similar to Airbnb, most of the company's marketing is organic. Sales and marketing expenses were less than 5% of revenue this quarter. This translates to a lean operation. As engineers make up 79% of their workforce, Roblox is more of a technology company than Airbnb, Netflix, Google, or basically you name it. This is the tech company. There are a few reasons why Wall Street is likely to get Roblox wrong. The first is that analysts don't play Meep City or work at Pizza Place and would rather write about Netflix and Amazon, things they use and know. The second is that CNBC makes a habit of missing the forest for the trees and will likely focus on the fact that Roblox lost $200 million on $588 million in revenue in the first 9 months of 2020. However, and this is where the insight comes in, boom, mind blown, you're welcome. The metric investors should care about here, free cash flow. And for Roblox, calculating free cash flow starts with bookings, the amount of virtual currency users purchase up front that they then spend on the platform at a later date. In essence, these are prepaid revenues. In the first 9 months of 2020, get this, prepaid revenues grew 171% from $458 million to $1.2 billion. A closer analysis of the S1 reveals Roblox generating free cash flow of almost $300 million. In addition, Roblox has recognized the power of the Rundle and offers Robux on a subscription basis. I wonder where they got that idea. Prediction: Roblox stock price doubles from its IPO offer price within 6 months of the listing. And what else? What else is available at the all-you-can-eat Malibu chicken buffet at Sizzler? What else is available for that tasty all-you-can-eat salad bar, that COVID central of the 80s? I'll tell you what, Disney should acquire Roblox. Roblox is the amusement park fit for the Great Dispersion, accessible anywhere, asset light, and a no-brainer addition to a Disney recurring revenue bundle. By acquiring Roblox, Disney wouldn't be competing in the streaming wars, it would be leapfrogging it. With a beachhead among preteens, Disney could go into live streaming, taking on Twitch, create flagship events, enter esports, live stream assets including concerts, utilize franchise assets and games, turning hits like Cars into a Roblox game, and make existing games into Disney Plus movies, doing what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed to Meep City. There's a lot to be excited about with Roblox, but it's not without concerns. As a platform that owns the eyeballs of impressionable preteens, it is a dangerous topic. Let's start with the assumption that this firm isn't run by a sociopath who's unfazed when his product turns a peaceful village in India into a lynch mob. But I digress. Who else is playing in that vulnerable age group? China. Roblox has set up a joint venture with Chinese tech giant Tencent to sell into the largest population in the world. Tencent also owns Riot Games, owner of League of Legends, 40% of Epic Games, owner of Fortnite, and has interest in Bluehole, Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, and a long list of others. And while the dispersion of creativity sidesteps traditional distribution, Roblox still has to pay protection money for the privilege of being in their app stores, or more specifically, having access to their rails. Roblox is expected to pay roughly a quarter of its revenues to the de facto overlords of the internet, Apple and Google. Either way, the great dispersion of creativity is a rising tide that lifts all boats. Roblox is the most fascinating example in our view, but it is riding the waves of dispersion along TikTok, YouTube, OnlyFans, Patreon, Substack, Twitch, and many more. The difference? Roblox is in a speedboat. Gaming technology moves fast, and early adoption of technological innovations is embedded in the DNA of the modern gamer. While TV may have been the defining art form of the last 50 years, video games may be the defining art form of the next half century. The Sistine Chapel is one of the most visited rooms in the world, attracting 5 million visitors a year pre-pandemic. Michelangelo was able to create this masterpiece only because he caught the eye of the Medicis and the approval of Pope Julius, the gatekeepers of the art world at that time. Michelangelo earned the equivalent, by the way, of about $80,000 for 4 years of work. Today on Roblox, a 20-year-old student spun up a game called Jailbreak from his dorm room at Duke. That game has been played over 3 billion times, netting millions of dollars for its creator and his partners. Breaking into the Vatican, painting frescoes on the ceiling, and getting 70% of the tithings. In the age of dispersion, expect to see the next Michelangelo to come from Roblox and the next Spielberg from TikTok. We'll see you next week.